Let's get started. S&P 500 futures daily chart. Yeah, kind of a long-legged doji, not doji, sorry, long-legged candlestick. Really good range here, 92 and a half. So, but it was down, then back up. Yeah, is it going to do one of these? It might. To me, it just feels like it's unfinished, but this is positive momentum, so we got to be careful here. This could do this. It feels like it's unfinished, but, you know, technically this was a cycle low back here on the 13th. We're 6 days past that. So, yeah, it may be trying to muster up some strength to go this way. But I'm not convinced of that yet. I still think there's more downside to come here before this is over. So we're kind of in a waiting pattern to see what this is going to do. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day. Do we have a trade of the day? Let's turn on the GIS Plus indicator. Going to help us out here, try to spot some trades. And wow, a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, I see one, maybe really two. Let me look at the 15-minute chart, see if there's anything else going on over there. Yeah, a little tricky, but we're going to look at two trades here. Back on the 5-minute chart. There's really, there's really two good trades. Okay, the third one's not as good. I'll talk about why. We're going to look at these three. This one, or, you know, this one here, which is, you know, the plum candlesticks also come up at the same time. Look at these three trades, okay? I'm going to talk about which one's not a good trade. There's two of them that are. So let's first talk about this one. 6:30. 6:30 my time here in Texas. Why is this a good trade? This is a good trade. Happened at 6:30. GIS Plus indicator says, hey, I think there's a trade here. Okay, right there. You can see that it started to fade here, right? Starting to fade. And guess what? The MACD is barely positive, barely. So that tells me you can trust this SMI. When you have that MACD like almost sitting on zero, you can just trust what the SMI is doing. In this case, it's going down. Guess what? You can just short it right here. Like somewhere in this area, start shorting it. Because it's obvious it's working its way down. And the SMI, the MACD is just flatlining here. It's just staying flat. Sure enough, it makes it really good for a really good trade. It's about safely 25 points, we'll say. Okay, so 25 points pretty safely right there on the 5-minute chart. We're gonna remember that, and I'm gonna show the next two trades here. So this one's 25 points. Okay, is this a good trade? I don't really like it. It is doable. You could trade this, but I don't really like it. It is a short side trade. You could make it happen, but man, the reason I don't like it, it's because the SMI is so deflated already. It's way down here. Yes, we have negative territory here. That's a good thing. Negative momentum happening, right? But man, the SMI is so low here. I don't like it. I wouldn't have made this trade myself. A little too risky. Okay, so that's why I don't like that trade. Primarily don't like the trade because we're well below the bottom line here by the time that happens. It's like right here where it happens. Yeah, sketchy. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. There was money to be made there, but you have to be kind of an aggressive trader. Let's talk about this one over here. This was at 935. Is this a good trade? Yeah, I think it's a really good trade. I'm going to talk to you why this is such a good trade. 935 right here. What's happening here? Okay, let's follow this trade. First of all, momentum is already positive. Whoops. Look at this momentum. It's way positive. Right, it happens right here. Look how positive that momentum is. Right? You can see that right about there is where we're at. Man, that's great. Momentum is super strong here. It's already crossed over, going this way. Okay. Now, when you take the trade, okay, you take the trade right there when it curls up like that. Take the trade right there. That's very bullish. Yes, it kind of gives it up mid-morning, mid to late morning can be very difficult in the market. It comes down, but guess what? It never touches the bottom. Comes up, doesn't touch the bottom again right here, right? So this is very bullish, like all the way to like 1 o'clock. Didn't touch the bottom, didn't touch the bottom. Wow. So from there to there, pretty nice. About, we'll call it 59.10 all the way up to about 59.40. That's 30 points. Yikes. 30 points. Now, some people might say, well, I would have gotten out when it rolled over like this. Okay, I can understand that. But you would have taken profits here somewhere, right? So there's still some decent profit there. Looks like the profit there was, geez, I mean, maybe as much as 10, 15 points of the profit right here. So even if you do get out, you're still making at least 10 points, maybe more. Okay, this one was super obvious. I mean, down, comes up, doesn't get anywhere near the bottom. Boy, I wouldn't get out on that one. I think you got at least 50 points here, conservatively speaking, maybe 55. That is huge money. That's $2,700, $2,750. It's $2,750 in trades right there. Really nice. Even if you only caught one of these, you still made huge money. Okay, those are the trades of the day on the 5-minute chart. Let's move on to the other products. Dow Jones Transportation. Excuse me, I have a little bit of peanut butter on my bread and a little bit of coffee. Ate some eggs already. Finished off with a little coffee and toast, I guess you could say. In this case, it's not toasted, but it's still good. Dow Jones, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the dollar here. We'll get to the dollar in a little bit. Dow Jones Transportation, let's take a look. Kind of getting the beat down. I said I didn't think it was finished yesterday. Sure enough, it's not. It gapped down a little bit here. Yeah, I'm still interested. How the heck does transportation gap down? What forces it to gap down overnight? See, there's got to be futures at play here. What's forcing this to gap down overnight? What is going on there? If anybody knows, I'd be interested in knowing your thoughts. Are there ETFs being traded overnight overseas? What's making this gap down? Usually you'd only see that if there was futures trading overnight. So I'm really interested to know what is influencing the Dow Jones Transportation to have this kind of gap. What's going on there? Happened over here too. What happened overnight to make this gap up like this? What's going on? There's futures being traded? Is there something I don't know about? Because I wouldn't mind. I would love to trade some transportation futures. I didn't think they existed. They used to. I don't think they exist anymore. I'm going to have to check out and see what's going on. So I'm seeing gaps here in the Dow Jones Transportation overnight. Someone needs to help me out with this. Dow Jones Transportation, I think there's more decline to come. It's not done yet. Let's look at the Russell 2000. This could be trying to find a bottom. Could be. Next few days, we're going to know whether or not there's more to the. Instinctively, this tells me there's more to the downside. But there is November 19th. It was the cycle low, which is today. So, okay, it could do this. Feels like there's more downside to me, though. NASDAQ. Again, kind of track sideways here. Yes, it was an up day. I feel like this is not finished. There's more to go here. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on a second. I still feel like there's more to go this on the daily chart. But, it is coming out of this theoretical cycle low right here, which was what? November 13th. Let's look at the Nike. Well, okay, we'll look at the SPX. Let's look at the SPX. What has happened with the SPX? Same thing as the NDX. Looks like it's not finished. So coming out of a cycle low here from about 5 days ago. So the cycle wants to, price wants to move up into the new cycle, but I feel like this is not done. So this is going to be interesting in a few days to see what it does. Let's look at the Nike 225 Japanese market. What's going on over there? Yeah, tracking sideways, but I think there's more to go down here as well. Don't think this is done. A little bit further down. Okay, Japanese yen. Struggle bus continues for the Japanese yen. Wow. Little small candlesticks. Struggle bus continues. It's trying to get a bouncy bounce. With this much negative momentum, it may not get much of a bounce at all. Does not look healthy for the Japanese yen. I wouldn't trade it right now. Just kind of a wait and see. Euro dollar. Same thing here. Looks like it wants to bounce. It probably will, but I would not trade this right now. British pound. Tracking absolutely sideways down there at the bottom of this cycle low. Let's see if it gets a good solid bounce. Does it do one of these? A lot of work to be done here. Still very negative. And it finished with a doji there. Crazy looking doji. Doji. Okay. Let's look at gold. What is happening with gold? Yeah, 2-day bounce. Looking pretty strong coming out of this cycle low. Surprised I don't have a date there. November 17th. And it's looking to make a good solid bounce. And it may very well do this. It may come up here. Do I think it'll hit the 2801? No, not right now. I don't. Think maybe 2750, but the so-called experts say that it's going to be 3,000 this year, 2024. I don't think that's going to happen in 2024. Could be wrong. Don't think we're going to see 3,000 in the year 2024. In the future, yes, but not right now. For now, it's just trying to bounce. If it gets up to the top red line, that'll be nice. Would I trade it right now? No, I would not trade it. Silver trying to do the same thing, trying to get going. It looks like it's a long side trade, but man, with this kind of negative momentum, I would not do the trade right now. If it gets up here and this goes up, right? You get to pull back, goes up again, something like this, whatever it's going to do. This manages to stay positive. Yeah, then go long on that. I'd want to see momentum positive before I trade long here. Crude oil. Negative momentum on the MACD. Okay. I don't think we're going to get a strong bounce here. What happened to my symbols? November 27th. Lost all my symbols. Come on, man. What is going on here? Getting robbed here, guys. Robbed, I tell you. November 27th. What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? Well, this does not look strong to me. Fail, maybe? Okay. Not a good look for crude oil. As I said before, I think crude oil is going to get into the 50s sometime during Donald Trump's presidency, maybe even the first 2 years. Let's look at, I guess we're looking at corn now. Yesterday I said corn looked bullish, but I didn't like trading it before the November 25th cycle low. I still don't like it. It is bullish. It's got that bullish look to it. Today was a red day. I don't like trading before November 25th. Once we get past this cycle over here, then we can watch its behavior. But it does look bullish to me. For aggressive traders, you might be able to go long here. All right. XLP. Wow. It's trying. It has been trying, but it's basically just been tracking sideways. If momentum stays down like that, oy. Any kind of bounce, like this one, sell it. All right. That's it. Become a member, $7.99 per month. You get the streaming charts, the S&P 500 and gold. You get the alerts on the Discord server for those products. So just when you become a member, you'll get access to Discord server. Go find the product you want alerts for. Let's say S&P 500. It'll say S&P 500 alerts on one of the channels. Right click on it, turn notifications on, and you'll get alerted on your Discord server. You can do the same thing for gold. Nightly emails go out every night, Monday through Thursday. I put 5 different charts on there, and I always give my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day. Tremendous value for $7.99. So join, and we'll talk to you all real soon again next time.